What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back with another Danmachi video, and we need to talk about training camp because that is back. So, the main thing you need to know here is what's in the exchange and if this is worthwhile. So remember, it is 90 of these green coins per exchange item you're going for. Now, Mystical Funnel used to be a big draw for me. It's kind of fallen off because we get a lot of that now. There was a time where we were struggling for that stuff. And same with the all-encompassing Fallen, but those two just kind of happen a lot. And I mean a lot now. So, let's kind of go over here and look at our missions on this. I haven't finished all my missions today. You can guess why. we'll be getting to that here in a minute. But, daily, challenge battle arena 3 times. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And it does seem like that actually counts if you do the 5 times match. Because I've only done one 5 times match. So it does seem to count. Even though it doesn't count for the missions, for whatever reason, it does count for that. Case in point, I haven't been fast tracking this. This is still chilling here, and I think we have till the end of the year to finish it up. But I'm on 483 of 500 just because I've just not been messing with it at all. So when that's done, it's done. But if we go back down here to training camp, daily, 3 battle arenas, and I do believe that the 5 times attack works for that. Log in for 1 day, clear 3 upgrade quests, play Abyssal Exploration 1 time, and then daily, clear Uncharted Battlefield. So you will need to clear an Uncharted Battlefield. Unfortunately, I have not done that, but there are a bunch of rewards in here, and you really do need to partake. Now, once I clear those out, there are more here that pop up. Once again, clear Uncharted Battlefield daily, we got to do that. Log in for 3 days, clear 6 upgrade quests. We'll basically have that tomorrow, so on and so forth. So continue on this path and make sure you're getting these. But the big question here is, are the bonds worthwhile? And I'm going to start with Gareth here. I'm not a fan of this unit. I'm flat not a fan of this unit. So let's go take a look at him. There he is. Mine's max limit broken, so if I did grab him, it would literally just become keys. And since this is the last day for the keys this month, I might actually do that just to get some keys out of this. But basically, this dude is all about defense. 100% all in on defense. He's got no strength, no int, but his vitality and his HP are pretty much through the roof. Now, he does have his uses. I've seen him run in I've seen him run in MSS. I've seen him run in, the Battle Arena. But outside of that, I just don't see a lot of use for this guy. He doesn't produce enough physical attack to really be useful. Honestly, I haven't even found use for him in Growth Quests. If you guys have a good build for him in Growth Quest, I would love to hear it. But I have yet to find a use for him even in Growth Quest. That, to me, just signifies that this is a unit that I don't necessarily need to put a lot of effort into. Plus, I mean, for me, he drops all the time. So it is what it is. But he is going to be Rainbow Keys, so he, for me, isn't a priority, but might be an interesting grab. Let's talk about Cassandra, because Cassandra's not one that I necessarily am one way or the other on. Now, mine is still level 60, and I should tell you kind of what use I've had for her in the past. And remember, you're only getting 5 of the Rainbow Bonds. You can't mix and match Rainbow Bonds. Case in point, I have 11 of the Rainbow Gems here. I can't use 5 of the bonds and 5 of the gems. It's either you get 10 bonds or you don't. So in other words, either when the training camp comes back around, then you get her a limit break or whatever. So number 1, is it worth the wait? Number 2, when she's all the way, basically all maxed out, is she worthwhile? So what we'll do is we'll look at her at max stats. Give her every opportunity to shine. Because I don't really feel strongly one way or the other with her. So with that, attack multiplier 52%, front-facing AoE attack, hits 1 time. Okay, that just kind of is what it is. By the way, she is a support unit, so don't expect crazy things. But notice her strength and int are up there, so it's not like she's not capable. Gareth, on the other hand, I don't feel like is capable. I really feel like they did that character dirty with that build, but that is what it is. Even though Taro produces more damage than he does. But with her, let's see. Cooldown 400. All units support technique. Apply 30% magic increase to all units for 10 seconds. So if you're running a strong magic build, that could be handy. It's a 13-second with a, it says cooldown 400. I'm not quite sure. So basically you'd have to do like, a certain number of attacks. It's a pretty standard cooldown for that. And if you're running a speed unit along with her, it actually would be handy. Attack multiplier 225 with a cooldown 800. Front-facing AoE attack hits one time, apply 30% reduce endurance to the enemy for 15 seconds. So once again, could be really handy. Though, again, she is just support. Then we go to her ult. Magic multiplier of 600%, plus 1600 fixed healing. That's really handy. Cooldown 1200, recovery technique to all units. Apply 30% increased movement speed to all units for 30 seconds. So, here's the deal. I'm going to put a huge caveat on Cassandra. I think she could be good, but if you have, let's go out here, if you happen to have Harmonia, or if you happen to even have like a maxed out Haruhime, where's Haruhime? She's up here somewhere. I haven't used her in forever, I hate to admit. Anyway, if you have a maxed out or if you have Harmonia or a completely maxed limit broken Haruhime like I do, then I would say Cassandra's kind of a moot point. She might have her uses, but I don't see a lot of traction for her. So I don't think she's a solid pick here. So really, I don't like any of these units. But we haven't talked about Lily yet. Now, Lily is actually a unit I use a lot, but, that's assists. There's like half as many assists as there are adventurers, and when you get into the Earth Realm and things like that, it is what it is. So my Lily is almost max limit broken. I need one more bond to max her out. So she's actually a really rock solid candidate, in my opinion, for using those green coins. Now, I get to the other half of this in just a moment. Don't make any rash decisions yet. Let's look at her completely maxed out. Okay? Maxed out. Attack multiplier 360. Cooldown time 50 seconds. Front-facing round AoE attack. She is an attack type, so she's just doing damage. Apply 40% strength increase to your unit for 25 seconds. That's big. That is really big. So that can be extremely handy. When in battle, 30% strength increase to your unit. Again, really big for strength units. 22.5% magic increase, so she'll work for strength and magic units altogether. And when in battle, 15% stamina increase to your unit. So I like Lily. I use Lily a lot. Lily, for me, is a top pick. In fact, it's really tempting to grab her bond and then wait for training camp to come back around and then bring her around. Now, the other thing to kind of consider here is all of these units are general pool units. So if you kind of go down here, and like I've got 24 draws in here. If we did all 24 draws, there's a probability that Lily might pop in that. So I would almost say expunge your tickets, use all your tickets before that happens. Now, the other side to this coin, we are coming up on summer, and last summer is when we got the latest influx of general pool units, and we haven't had any in a really long time. So there's a probability, a real likelihood, that we might get a new influx of general pool units sometime before the anniversary. So, and those are other units that would be in the training camp, but that also means that it's a longer duration before training camp reruns. So that is what it is. And that gets me to my final point, is that those green coins are cumulative. In other words, they're not use them or lose them. If you don't use them today, that's, for me, 150 green coins I'll have for next time this comes around. So you've got to make some choices there. But just for the sake of science, I'm going to go ahead and grab the bonds here for Gareth and kind of show you what I mean by the coins, or the rainbow keys. So if we go up here to inventory, we go up to bond, and I go to convert. I can go down here. My only UR is currently Gareth. Oh, actually, I've got eyes too. So that's 25. So notice that when I convert Gareth, that gives me 5 rainbow coins, or rainbow keys, I'm sorry. And she gives me 10 more. So every bond that you converts directly into keys. So let's go ahead and convert these. Bam. Bam. Now, I won't say I've slacked this month. I probably could have done better. But if you go back over here to the exchange and you go to other, and you go down here to the realist keys, rainbow, every 20 rainbow keys you can actually convert into gems. So I'm now where I was at 11 gems, I'm up to 12 now. So they give you 10 of these a month. Unfortunately, I've only gotten 2 this month, but it's kind of been a slower month. So it's not the end of the world. Last month I emptied this sucker. And you can actually do this also with your scene cards. If you've got excess scene cards, you can actually convert some of your UR scene cards you're not using, but it doesn't seem like I have any at the moment. So, you know, that just kind of is what it is. But that is another option on the table. So you might want to check that out and say, hey, in my situation, yes, I'm now down. Ooh, wrong button. I am now down to 60 coins, which means I would need 30 more in order to do another grab. But I was able to get another rainbow gem, which is a kind of free-to-play method to farm bonds for your Festas. So case in point, I actually have Artemis here, who is really close to leveling up. Remember, Festas require 12 gems in order to max out, so she's really close. All I need is 8 more gems, and she's there. And with any luck, I can have that within a month to a matter of weeks. So there is something to be said, but go take on training camp. Go reap these benefits. For me personally, I don't know. I think Lily's the best pick here of all of them. But for the sake of all things, I would just say use your tickets, or at least use all of the to the power of 10 tickets. So like in my case, I have like 20-something tickets. I'd use 20 tickets and then see if I get something. And then if I don't, then I would consider using training camp. But I do have some units that I am sitting on. In fact, one of them I believe is actually Otarl. That's the wrong Otarl. That's the Festo Otarl. Bam. Where, oh, nope, is not Otarl. But I've got a couple of units that actually have 5 bonds. Is Aisha one of them? No. Anyway, doesn't matter. I've got a couple units that have 5 bonds. I just don't remember which one they are, if I'm totally honest. That next time training camp comes around, then I can do that. But in fairness, that is also a significantly long time before that happens. And if you're doing any level of summoning in the game, you know, you're probably likely to get some of these units before you don't. So, you know, it is a thing. I think Leafy is actually one of them. Oh, actually, I've got 10 bonds for her, so she is now maxed. Bam. Ha-ha! So, but like I said, some of those units are worth, some of them aren't. I would say of all of them, Lily's my best pick. I just don't use Cassandra or Gareth a lot. Cassandra probably even over Gareth. So it would go Lily, Cassandra, and dead last is Gareth. And the only reason I did him is for the rainbow gems. I think that is actually more valuable than actually the unit itself. So there you guys go. Like, share, comment. If you disagree, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be mad at me for this because a lot of you guys get heated when I dish your favorite character. Comment away, but I'll be back soon with more.